Hello, this is Darkstalkers 3 for PS1. It's running on a PS2. You can see its little blue power light. I'm going to be doing this in training mode. I'm going to be comparing the input delay between, well, Darkstalkers 3 running in different environments. And I'm doing this in a very crude way, which you will see with cell phone footage, so it's not very scientific. It's really just a crude comparison of these things running on my particular hardware setup. So I'm going to be using Lilith because that's basically the character I play Darkstalkers with for the most part. And we're doing this on Turbo because that's what I play at. Okay, so this is very simple. All I'm going to be doing is getting the camera lined up. Okay, so I'm going to be tapping. I'm going to be tapping the where are we at here? The light punch button, which is here. And she's doing a light punch. So I'm going to count, after I finish recording, I'm going to count the number of frames. I'm recording it at 60 frames a second on my cell phone. And I'll count the number of frames that pass between my pushing the button all the way down and her light punch animation starting to play. And then I'll sort of figure out what the sort of average frame delay is, roughly speaking. And you can do this too in your browser if you pause the browser. If you're on a keyboard, the period key, once you've paused the video, will play the video frame by frame. Make sure you're getting 60 frames per second. 60 frames per second playback when you do that. So that's probably enough. Okay, I'm going to go run Darkstalkers 3 in a few other ways, so I'm going to splice those onto this recording, so I'll be right back. Hello, this is the PS1 Classics version of Darkstalkers 3 on my PlayStation 3 cross-media bar, or XMB. You can see my PlayStation 3's light right there, the poor dusty thing. Let's go ahead and start this. Oops. Don't need my heater going on. I tried to clean my screen off and just smeared dust around, apparently. So you just saw me testing the input delay very crudely by recording 60 frame per second cell phone footage of the disc version running in my PS2. So this is the emulated PS1 version running on a PS3. It'll probably have a frame or two of additional input delay, but we'll find out. I think I've tested this in the past, but nothing like doing a fresh test, you know. It all depends on my current setup anyway, so that could change, I don't know. I have to set my buttons. I love this input mapping because you just hit the keys you want. Why didn't they just keep that forever? Okay, let's save that, I guess. Okay. So same deal, go to training. different color Lilith. Okay. So here's the same drill. Going to hit my light punch button, and after I finish recording, I'll be counting the frames between the button being fully pressed down and her light punch coming out. So So that was, once again, the PS1 Classics emulated version on PS3. Now I've got yet another battery of test versions to run, so we're going to hop over to those. Be right back. Okay, this is my Windows 11 desktop, and I'm going to run the PS1 emulator DuckStation. I ripped my Darkstalkers 3 PS1 disc earlier today using image burn. So let's run this baby. Actually, wait. Well. Okay, so you can see we're running in D3D11 right now. It's got a bunch of different renderers, but that's the auto-selected one. So we're basically testing the D3D rendering input delay right now. Okay. Again, I have to set up my keys. Yeah, check that. I haven't run DuckStation before today, so I don't know what the input lag with DuckStation is like. It'd be nice if it was like nothing, but there would probably be some input delay. Okay. Like with Flycast, the Dreamcast emulator, I actually get 2 frames less delay than on an actual Dreamcast, but probably not going to be the case here. Okay. So again, this is DuckStation running the rip of Darkstalkers 3, and it's rendering with DirectX 11 right now. So let's get some button presses. Okay. I'm using, I think, like 9 times internal upscaling or whatever for this, but that shouldn't affect it. It didn't make 5K. Okay, so that was DirectX 11. What am I looking for here? Let's pick, so I was using automatics. selection, we'll do the DirectX 12. Getting some good glare there. DirectX 12. So now it says DirectX 12 down there. Okay. I have no idea if these will make any difference in terms of input delay from this emulator. Okay, let's do another renderer. Do Vulkan. Vulkan is what the PCSX2, the PlayStation 2 emulator that Duckstation is basically modeled on, uses, at least by default. I think Vulkan's like a, if not open source, maybe it's open source, but at least it's like, there's no license type stuff. I don't know, I have no idea. Actually, let's go. Okay, so that was Vulkan, and I think there's just one more, which is, oh, glare, OpenGL, oh, two more actually, OpenGL, so we're on OpenGL. OpenGL light punches. Remember back in the good old days when there was a big deal, the war between OpenGL and Direct3D. I guess it's safe to say that Direct3D won that, although OpenGL is still around and probably on non-Windows platforms. It's a bigger deal. Let's do 10 more. Okay, 20 more. Okay, last one. Go the wrong way there, sorry for the glare. That's going to be software renderer 360 by 224. It's no more internal upscaling there. It would be pretty sweet if software was like the best. Actually it wouldn't, because then you couldn't upscale the 3D games and make them look a lot sharper. Well, I mean you could, but get more lag. Okay, so we have now we have comparison footage of the actual disc running on a PS2, of the PS1 Classics version running emulated in a PS3, what's that? Was there another old one I did? I guess that was it. And then of this emulated version running in DuckStation from the rip I made of the physical disc. In, let's see, first DirectX 11, the default, then DirectX 12, then Vulkan, then OpenGL, then the software renderer. I would be surprised if the renderer makes an input delay difference in DuckStation, but I don't know. It could. So anyway, now I'm going to stop recording and put all these videos together into one video, upload that to YouTube, which is what you're watching right now. Then I will be playing the video back frame by frame and counting the number of frames between the button being pressed down and Lilith's light punch animation coming out. And I will put the number of frames that I get for each of the different rendering environments in the description of the video, so you'll see my final numbers. And again, you can pause the video if you're getting the video playing at 60 frames a second. You can pause the video and on your keyboard hit the period key to advance the video frame by frame if you want to count as well. Yeah, so again, this is an extremely crude way to measure input delay, not scientific at all. Basically just a very rough comparison for different environments running on my particular hardware setup, which is a fairly low latency 1080p monitor, a Hori Real Arcade Pro 2017 fairly low latency arcade stick, yeah, stuff like that. Oh, and we have some OSSDs, and so forth. So yeah, good stuff. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching. See you later.